Human rights groups say measures by the EU to prevent large numbers of migrants trying to cross to Europe from North Africa don't go far enough. Human Rights Watch and the charity Save the Children say the focus on preventing the departure of migrants rather than on search and rescue means many people will continue to die at sea. At emergency talks in Brussels, EU leaders agreed to triple the funding of their search and rescue operation in the Med. They also approved measures to capture and destroy vessels likely to be used by human traffickers. Let's speak to Elly Schlein, who's an Italian MEP and a member of the Civil Liberties, Justice and Home Affairs Committee at the European Parliament. Good morning.
Good morning, Rachel.
So firstly, some response to the outcome of yesterday's EU summit in Brussels. Do you think that this will have a significant impact on the movement of these migrants across the Mediterranean?
Well, not at all, unfortunately. Yes, it's a shame. Once again, European governments have showed that they are not capable of thinking of themselves as a European Union and act. They're too shy, they're too jealous of their competences, and this is the result. I agree with the NGOs that are already saying that this is not going to be enough. Yesterday's meeting was business as usual. We don't need that anymore. We need real search and rescue, European search and rescue operation right now, and the strengthening of the Triton operation with and the Poseidon operation, of course, with tripling the funds is not going to be enough, because here we have a problem with the mandate. They don't have a clear mandate of search and rescue. Frontex doesn't have the competences to do those kind of operation. And plus, there's a problem with the area that should be extended because, as I said before, the Mare Nostrum operation, the one led by the Italian government last year, it could go as far as 172 miles from the Italian coast. This one is just 30 miles.
But if I can just put this point that it's hard to know what would go far enough, because you could go on forever and ever when you're talking about such a vast area of sea. I think it's 2.5 million kilometres squared of sea, the enormous coastline, much of which is Libya, but parts of the coastline which is completely uncontrolled and unregulated, within the limits of what they have available to them. Does this in some way at least meet expectation and have some kind of impact on helping the people who desperately need it, but also addressing the problem of criminal human traffickers?
I would love to be able to say that, but I'm not sure, there are some routes there. I mean, it's true, it's a huge sea, we know that, but Mare Nostrum was able to rescue and save 160,000 lives last year with the same cost, by the way. But here, as I said before, it's a matter of distances. If you don't cover enough, and 30 miles is clearly not enough, people are going to continue to drown and to die. So I don't see the point in avoiding to extend that mandate. Okay. And I think it's useless to just put more money in it without extending that mandate. So I think it's just, a facade maneuver without being, without a real substance.
So we have to go back to a Mare Nostrum style regime is what you're saying. We heard earlier on from the UNHCR, who say that 90% of the crossings of these migrants originate in Libya. Do you think that there has been a failure of international policy in Libya, and how far is that contributing to this problem in the Mediterranean at the moment?
Yeah, of course, we can say at least that, the foreign policy of the European Union on Libya was not effective at all. And we can see the result today. So, yes, it has been a failure. There's going to be a lot of work to do on an international level just to grant stability to the area. On the long run, of course, but in the short run, we need a short-term response right now. And yesterday, they talk about strengthening the operation, of course, but as I said, it's not enough. And plus, the whole focus is on avoiding that people are leaving Libya. But it's not, what about granting legal and safe access to Europe? What about that? Because I just heard about disrupting the boats, of course, of the human traffickers. But then what about the people who are fleeing? They're not trying to go on holiday to Europe. They're fleeing from war, tortures, and discrimination of all kinds. And we have here a moral and legal obligation to respond to who's seeking international protection. It's international law, it's European law, and we can't fail at that.
Thank you very much. Elly Schlein, who is an Italian...